Heartfelt tributes are flooding in this morning for beloved actor Sam Neill, who died in Sydney yesterday at the age of 78.
Sam Neill, the beloved actor who brought unforgettable characters to life and captured hearts around the world through Jurassic Park and countless other films, built far more than a remarkable Hollywood career. Behind the fame was a lifetime of hard work that quietly created an astonishing fortune few people ever imagined. But after his passing, the true value of everything he left behind reportedly moved those closest to him to tears. How did he build such incredible wealth, and what legacy did he leave for his family? This is the story. The sudden goodbye that shocked the world. On July 13, 2026, the entertainment world was brought to a standstill by news that almost no one was prepared to hear. Sam Neill, the beloved actor whose unforgettable portrayal of Dr. Alan Grant made him one of the most recognizable faces in the Jurassic Park franchise, passed away suddenly in Sydney, Australia, at the age of 78. For millions of fans across the globe, the announcement felt almost impossible to believe. What made the loss even more heartbreaking was that only a few months earlier, Sam had joyfully shared the news that he was finally cancer-free after a long and courageous battle with a rare form of blood cancer. Many believed he had defeated the greatest challenge of his life and was looking forward to enjoying many more years with his family, friends, and the vineyards he loved so dearly. Instead, his sudden passing left the world in complete disbelief. In a deeply emotional statement, Sam's family described his death as both sudden and unexpected. They revealed that he spent his final moments surrounded by the people who loved him most, passing away peacefully with the same quiet dignity, warmth, and kindness that had defined his character throughout his extraordinary life. They also expressed heartfelt appreciation to the doctors, nurses, and dedicated staff at St. Vincent's Private Hospital for the exceptional care and compassion they showed during his final days. As they began mourning an immeasurable loss, the family respectfully asked for privacy while they navigated one of the most painful moments they had ever faced. As news of his passing spread, tributes arrived almost immediately from around the world. New Zealand Prime Minister Christopher Luxon described Sam as one of the greats, recognizing his enormous contribution to film and to his country. Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese said the actor had earned a special place in Australian hearts, reflecting the affection audiences had held for him for decades. Fellow New Zealand actor Carl Urban honored him as a national treasure and praised his extraordinary talent, while actress Toni Collette shared a simple but deeply moving message. "I love you, dear Sam." One of the most touching tributes came from legendary director Steven Spielberg, who reflected on the unforgettable years they shared making the Jurassic films. He remembered Sam not only as an exceptional actor, but also as a wonderful friend and devoted family man. Spielberg said that Sam would forever remain part of the Jurassic family and would never be forgotten by his fellow cast members or the countless millions of fans whose lives he touched through his remarkable work. Sam Neill's death shocked many people around the world because he had declared himself cancer-free before his passing. But did he leave behind a remarkable fortune? If so, what did he leave behind? And how did he build that wealth over the years? Now, let's uncover the extraordinary legacy Sam Neill built for the family he loved. The multi-million-dollar fortune. While many headlines focused on the size of Sam Neill's fortune after his passing, the money tells only a small part of a much greater story. Reports estimate that he left behind an estate worth somewhere between $18 million and $28 million. But that wealth did not appear overnight. It was the result of more than 5 decades of hard work, wise financial decisions, and a life guided by passion instead of the pursuit of riches. Every chapter of his career added another piece to the legacy his family now inherits. At the heart of that legacy is Two Paddocks, the celebrated winery he founded in 1993, the very same year Jurassic Park transformed him into a global star. What began as a modest 5-acre vineyard in New Zealand's breathtaking central Otago region gradually expanded into 4 vineyard sites, earning international praise for its outstanding Pinot Noir and highly respected Riesling. Although Sam often laughed that his acting career supported the vineyard rather than the vineyard supporting him, he never hid the fact that winemaking was one of the greatest joys of his life. For him, it was never just a business. It was a passion that connected him to the land he loved. His estate also includes Red Bank Farm, the peaceful property where he spent countless happy days caring for animals that he humorously named after Hollywood friends and fellow actors. Beyond that, he owned a home in Wellington, New Zealand, and for many years a beautiful Federation-style mansion in Double Bay, Sydney. Purchased with his former wife, Noriko Watanabe, in 1996, the home was eventually sold in 2020 for about 3.6 million Australian dollars. Away from vineyards and real estate, Sam quietly built a diverse financial portfolio. His wealth came from more than 150 film, television, and voice acting roles, along with television contracts, endorsement deals, royalties, speaking engagements, and sales of his memoir, Did I Ever Tell You This? He also made thoughtful investments beyond Hollywood, creating long-term financial security for the people he loved. Although no public will or probate documents have revealed exactly how his estate will be divided, it is widely expected that his children, grandchildren, and those closest to him will inherit the life he spent decades creating. In the end, however, Sam Neill's greatest gift was never the millions he earned. It was the extraordinary example he set through his work, his humility, his love for family, and a life that proved true success is measured by far more than money. Beyond leaving behind a multi-million-dollar fortune for his family, what kind of background did Sam Neill come from? Was his childhood easy, giving him a head start toward success? Or did he struggle through difficult years before finally finding his place and building the fortune he would one day leave behind? Let's uncover the astonishing details. The shy young boy who overcame fear. Long before the world recognized him as the courageous Dr. Alan Grant from Jurassic Park, Sam Neill was just a young boy searching for his own identity. Born Nigel John Dermot Neill on 14 September 1947 in Omagh, Northern Ireland, he came from a family with a rich history connecting England, Ireland, Australia, and New Zealand. His mother, Priscilla, was English, while his father, Dermot Neill, was a New Zealand Army officer. Despite his fascinating family background, Sam's early years were not filled with fame or privilege. Instead, they were shaped by ordinary struggles, personal challenges, and experiences that would later influence the remarkable man he became. At just 7 years old, Sam Neill's life changed when his family moved to Christchurch, New Zealand. However, adjusting to a new environment was not easy. He struggled with a severe childhood stammer that made ordinary conversations feel overwhelming. Speaking in front of others became a source of fear and embarrassment. Sam later revealed that he often wished people would not ask him questions because he worried about struggling to respond. Those early challenges deeply affected his confidence and shaped the quiet, determined person he would become. When school began, Sam faced another small but important struggle. Many boys around him shared the name Nigel, and he felt it no longer suited the environment he was growing up in. Wanting a name that felt more natural and comfortable, he started introducing himself as Sam. What seemed like a simple childhood choice eventually became the identity recognized by millions around the world. The name Sam Neill would later become legendary. After completing his education in Christchurch and Dunedin, Sam enrolled at the University of Canterbury with no real idea of what he wanted to do. Like many young people, he explored different possibilities and even considered becoming a lawyer. However, That dream quickly faded after he failed all 4 of his first-year law examinations. Then something happened that changed the direction of his entire life. He discovered university theater. Stepping onto the stage gave him a confidence he had never experienced before. Acting became more than just a hobby. It became a purpose. That new passion led him to Victoria University of Wellington, where he completed his degree while working as a professional actor with downstage theater. His pay was only about $25 a week, and sometimes his dinner came from leftover meals after performances. It was a humble beginning, but it marked the first step toward one of the most remarkable acting careers of his generation. Sam had a very challenging childhood, and his severe stammer made life very difficult for him. But how did he rise above those struggles? What extra effort did he put into his career to become one of Hollywood's most respected actors? Now, let's dive into the remarkable journey that took Sam Neill to Hollywood's biggest films. The incredible rise from small New Zealand. Sam Neill's rise to international fame did not happen overnight. Long before he became one of Hollywood's most respected actors, he spent years quietly building his career through smaller productions in New Zealand. His early screen appearances included The City of No, The Water Cycle, Hunt's Duffer, and Landfall, where he experienced and refined his craft. Then, in 1977, everything began to change when he starred in Sleeping Dogs, a groundbreaking film that became the first New Zealand-produced movie to attract significant international attention. It was the breakthrough that introduced Sam to audiences far beyond his home country. Determined to take his career to a higher level, Sam Neill expanded his work into Australia, where he quickly gained wider recognition. His performance in My Brilliant Career proved that he had the talent and presence to lead major productions, earning praise from audiences and critics. Throughout the 1980s, he continued building his reputation through roles in The Final Conflict, Possession, Ivanhoe, Riley, Ace of Spies, America, Dead Calm, and A Cry in the Dark. During this period, he was even considered for the iconic role of James Bond. Although Timothy Dalton eventually won the role, Sam's consideration showed the immense respect he had already earned in the film industry. By the early 1990s, Sam Neill had already built a strong reputation as a talented and reliable actor who could handle almost any role. However, the moment that would completely change his life was still ahead. In 1993, legendary filmmaker Steven Spielberg selected him to portray Dr. Alan Grant in Jurassic Park. The movie became a global sensation, earning more than $1 billion worldwide and turning Sam into an international star. His performance became the role most associated with his career, bringing him back as Alan Grant in Jurassic Park 3 and later in Jurassic World Dominion, where he reunited with a new generation of fans. Even after achieving worldwide fame as Dr. Alan Grant in the Jurassic franchise, Sam Neill never allowed one character to become the only story of his career. He continued taking on diverse roles across films, television, and voice projects, proving his remarkable talent and flexibility. From powerful dramas like The Piano to fantasy adventures, historical shows, and modern productions, Sam constantly pushed himself to explore new challenges and deliver memorable performances. His performances in Peaky Blinders, Thor Ragnarok, Hunt for the Wilder People, and many others proved that his talent extended far beyond dinosaurs, making him one of the most versatile actors of his generation. Aside from rising to fame and excelling in Hollywood, what kind of family life did Sam Neill have? Did his successful acting career define the relationships he shared with his loved ones? Or did he remain deeply committed to his family without allowing his career to distract him from his responsibilities? Now, let's explore the private family life of the man behind the screen. The personal life few fans truly knew. While millions of fans knew Sam Neill as a talented actor who brought unforgettable characters to life, the man away from the cameras was much more than a Hollywood star. He valued family, love, laughter, and the quiet joys of everyday life above fame and recognition. Although his personal journey had moments of difficulty and change, it was filled with deep relationships and meaningful memories. Behind his famous image was a warm, humble, and caring man whose softer side became just as admired as his remarkable acting career. In his early 20s, Sam Neill experienced one of the most emotional moments of his personal life when he became a father to a baby boy who was later placed for adoption. For many years, they lived separate lives, carrying a connection that remained unfinished. However, in 1994, fate finally reunited them, allowing father and son to reconnect and create the bond they had missed. Their reunion became a deeply meaningful chapter in Sam's life, showing a side of him far beyond his Hollywood career. Later, Sam shared a relationship with actress Lisa Harrow, and together, they welcomed a son. In 1989, he married makeup artist Noriko Watanabe, beginning another important chapter in his life. The couple had a daughter together, and Sam also lovingly adopted Noriko's daughter from a previous marriage, treating her as one of his own. Even though their marriage ended in 2017, the years they shared remained an important part of his life. Afterward, Sam spent several years in a relationship with respected Australian political journalist Laura Tingle. As time passed, family became even more important to him. By the end of his life, Sam was the proud grandfather of 8 grandchildren, a role he deeply cherished. Those closest to him often said that some of his happiest moments came not from red carpets or movie premieres, but from spending quiet time with his loved ones. Away from Hollywood, Sam found true peace at his beloved Two Paddocks Winery and Red Bank Farm in New Zealand's beautiful Central Otago region. He loved tending his vineyards, caring for his farm animals, and sharing light-hearted moments with fans. In true Sam Neill fashion, many of his animals were given the names of famous actors, directors, and other Hollywood friends, reflecting his playful sense of humor. His social media accounts allowed fans to see a completely different side of the legendary actor. Instead of the fearless dinosaur expert they remembered from Jurassic Park, they discovered a warm, funny, humble man who found genuine happiness in family, nature, good wine, and the quiet moments of everyday life. That authenticity became one of the reasons so many people admired him far beyond his remarkable acting career. Other than enjoying a fulfilling personal life that he cherished deeply, what personal battle did Sam Neill face? Did he allow that challenge to overwhelm him? Or did he keep fighting with courage until the very end? Let's uncover the devastating details. The courageous cancer battle. In 2022, while promoting Jurassic World Dominion, Sam Neill faced a shocking personal challenge when swollen glands led doctors to discover he had stage 3 angioimmunoblastic T-cell lymphoma, a rare and serious blood cancer. After decades of portraying brave characters on screen, the legendary actor suddenly found himself fighting a real-life battle. It was a difficult moment that tested his strength, courage, and determination in ways no movie role ever could. Yet, true to his nature, Sam prepared to face the challenge head-on. Sam began chemotherapy in March 2022, hoping the treatment would help him overcome the illness. For a while, it slowed the cancer and gave him more time. But the process was physically demanding. and eventually the treatment stopped having the desired effect. Reflecting on those difficult months, Sam openly shared that there was a moment when he feared his life might be coming to an end. It was one of the most challenging periods he had ever faced, leaving him uncertain about the future and forcing him to confront his own vulnerability. But Sam was not ready to give up. Instead of accepting defeat, he agreed to undergo an advanced and highly specialized treatment known as CAR T-cell therapy. The groundbreaking procedure works by genetically modifying a patient's own immune cells so they can recognize and destroy cancer cells more effectively. The treatment reportedly cost around 540,000 Australian dollars when accessed privately and formed part of an Australian clinical trial that offered new hope to patients facing similar illnesses. Against all expectations, the advanced treatment brought Sam Neill a remarkable victory. In April 2026, he shared the incredible news that medical scans showed no remaining signs of cancer in his body. After years of fear, uncertainty, and difficult treatments, the announcement became an emotional moment of hope and celebration. However, Sam did not keep the breakthrough to himself. He used his experience to advocate for wider access to CAR T-cell therapy across Australia and New Zealand, hoping more blood cancer patients could receive the same life-changing opportunity. Sadly, Sam Neill's victory over cancer was followed by an unexpected and heartbreaking turn of events. Only a few months after proudly sharing that he was cancer-free, the beloved actor passed away suddenly at the age of 78. His family later confirmed that his death was not caused by cancer, making the news even more difficult for fans to understand. After showing incredible strength, defeating a serious illness, and looking forward to a new chapter, Sam's sudden passing became one of the most emotional farewells in Hollywood. Beyond the cancer that cost him a great deal of his wealth, a battle he refused to let define him. What achievements truly shaped Sam Neill's remarkable career? Did success make him arrogant, or did he remain humble despite all he had accomplished? Now, let's uncover the recognition that defined his extraordinary career. The extraordinary honors and lifetime achievements. Sam Neill's legacy was never measured only by ticket sales or blockbuster movies. Over a remarkable career that lasted more than 5 decades, he earned the admiration of audiences, critics, and fellow actors by proving that he could succeed in almost every type of role. Whether he was starring in a small independent film, leading a major Hollywood blockbuster, appearing in historical dramas or television series, or lending his voice to animated productions, Sam brought the same level of dedication, warmth, and authenticity to every performance. That incredible versatility made him one of the most respected actors of his generation. Throughout his remarkable career, Sam Neill's talent earned him widespread recognition and numerous prestigious awards. He received the AACTA Award for Best Actor in a Leading Role, the respected Longford Lyell Award, the New Zealand Film Award, and multiple Logie Awards, including the 2023 Silver Logie for Most Popular Actor. His exceptional performances also gained international attention, earning him 3 Golden Globe nominations and 2 Primetime Emmy Award nominations. These achievements proved that Sam's influence extended far beyond his home countries, with audiences and critics around the world appreciating his dedication, versatility, and unforgettable contributions to film and television. The recognition did not stop with acting awards. In 1991, Sam was appointed an Officer of the Order of the British Empire in recognition of his outstanding services to the entertainment industry. Years later, New Zealand honored him as a Distinguished Companion of the New Zealand Order of Merit. Interestingly, when he was first allowed to officially become Sir Sam Neill, he politely declined, explaining that the title felt far too grand for someone like him. That humble decision reflected the modest personality that fans had always admired. However, in 2022, he eventually accepted redesignation as a Knight Companion of the New Zealand Order of Merit. proudly embracing one of his country's highest honors. Sam's remarkable journey was celebrated with some of the highest honors a New Zealand artist could receive. Beyond acting awards, he was recognized for the lasting impact he made on the entertainment industry and the inspiration he gave to others. He received an honorary Doctor of Letters degree from the University of Canterbury, the Equity New Zealand Lifetime Achievement Award, and the prestigious Arts Foundation of New Zealand Icon Award. This rare honor was reserved for only 20 living recipients at a time, highlighting just how extraordinary his contribution truly was. Together, these awards tell the story of a man whose influence reached far beyond Hollywood. Sam Neill was not simply a successful actor. He became a cultural icon whose remarkable career, humility, and lasting contributions earned him admiration across the world. Sam received many honors throughout his remarkable career, yet he remained humble despite his success. But what cause did he passionately support outside Hollywood? Were his views widely accepted, or did they attract criticism? And when the backlash came, did he stand firm or change his position? Let's find out. The causes. Sam Neill fought for. In the final years of his life, Sam Neill was remembered not only as a legendary actor, but also as a passionate defender of the land he loved. After more than 3 decades of building his beloved winery in New Zealand's stunning Central Otago region, he developed a deep connection with the environment around him. When he believed that the landscape was at risk, he chose to speak out. For Sam, it was never about gaining attention or making a political statement. It was about protecting a place that had become a meaningful part of his life, his work, and his identity. The controversy centered on the proposed Bendigo Ophir open-cast gold mine, planned near his vineyards. Sam believed the project could permanently damage one of New Zealand's most breathtaking natural regions. He warned that the mine posed risks not only to the environment, but also to the local economy, including tourism, vineyards, fruit growers, hospitality businesses, and many of the jobs that depended on the area's natural beauty. He argued that the region was already thriving and questioned whether risking its future for a mining project was truly worth it. To protect the region he deeply cared about, Sam joined Sustainable Terrace and stood alongside residents who feared the lasting effects of the proposed development. One of his greatest concerns was the plan to permanently store toxic mining waste, including arsenic, near the area. He believed that damaging such a fragile environment could create consequences that future generations might struggle to repair, making prevention far more important than trying to fix the harm afterward. However, Sam's decision to speak out came with a high personal cost. Instead of focusing only on the environmental debate, some critics turned their anger toward him with harsh online attacks. Sam revealed that the criticism became so extreme that he even received personal threats. Other members of Sustainable Terrace faced similar treatment, reporting threatening messages that went beyond ordinary disagreement. Some of these incidents became serious enough to be reported to the police, showing how intense the controversy had become. The disagreement even reached the political stage. New Zealand Resources Minister Shane Jones publicly criticized Sam, describing him as anti-Kiwi and arguing that mining was essential for creating jobs and boosting economic growth. Despite the criticism, Sam refused to change his position. Drawing from decades of experience as a winemaker and landowner, he continued to remind people that one of humanity's greatest responsibilities is to leave the planet better than we found it. That simple belief became one of the defining values of his life and remains an important part of the legacy he leaves behind. Sam fought passionately for the environment and refused to abandon his beliefs until the very end. But what legacy will he be remembered for? Will his environmental stand overshadow his achievements, or will his remarkable life and career continue to define him? Now, let's dive into the final chapter that the world will never forget: the fortune Sam left behind. By the time Sam Neill passed away, the world had come to know him as much more than the unforgettable Dr. Alan Grant from Jurassic Park. While that legendary role introduced him to millions of fans around the globe, his true story was built on far more than Hollywood fame. Across an extraordinary career spanning more than 5 decades, Sam became one of the most respected and versatile actors of his generation. Yet, his accomplishments extended beyond the screen. He was a successful winemaker, entrepreneur, author, award-winning performer, environmental advocate, devoted father, and proud grandfather. Above all, Sam was a man who valued love, nature, family, and the simple moments that brought genuine happiness. Sam Neill's fortune, estimated by some reports to be close to $28 million, is undeniably remarkable. However, the true meaning behind his wealth goes far beyond the final figure. Every part of his estate represented decades of commitment, patience, and careful decisions. Behind the money were years of unforgettable performances, long hours on film sets, smart investments, successful business ventures, and a desire to create something meaningful. From his globally respected Two Paddocks winery to his properties, royalties, book earnings, and legendary acting career, Sam's wealth reflected a lifetime of passion, discipline, and a legacy built to endure. But perhaps Sam Neill's greatest inheritance cannot be measured by money or material possessions. His unforgettable performances will continue to touch audiences and inspire future generations around the world. His beloved winery will stand as a lasting reminder of his deep connection to New Zealand's land and his desire to build something meaningful beyond Hollywood. Even when his environmental views brought criticism and opposition, Sam never abandoned what he believed was right. His courage to defend the places he loved showed the strength of his character and the values he carried throughout his life. As Sam Neill's family begins the emotional process of managing the estate he spent a lifetime building, they inherit far more than financial assets, properties, and material possessions. They inherit the powerful story of a man who overcame a difficult childhood, defeated personal struggles, and never allowed challenges to determine his future. Despite reaching worldwide fame and enjoying incredible success, Sam remained humble, generous, and deeply connected to the people and places he loved. His greatest legacy is not only the fortune he leaves behind, but the values, memories, and inspiration that will continue through generations. In the end, Sam Neill's greatest legacy may never be defined by the millions he earned or the awards he collected, but by the meaningful life he created. He showed that real success goes beyond fame and fortune. It is found in the people you love, the principles you defend, the kindness you share, and the impact you leave behind. Even after his passing, Sam's journey continues to inspire millions around the world, reminding everyone that a truly remarkable life is measured by much more than achievements alone. So, what do you think about Sam Neill's fortune that was left behind? Would his family manage it wisely? We would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe.